fact, I looked at a stock chart the last 20 years of Europe versus the United States, the stock 600 versus the S&P 500. And far and away, the American economy's done better, and we've been less woke. But there is this big push. Companies are pushing their woke political agenda. They're trying to interfere in state-run elections. They're trying to tell us to be less white, or trying to tell us to be more this or more that. They've gotten woke. Charles, I want to introduce you. When you get a chance, look up stopcorporatetyranny.org. I think you'll like it. That's a coalition I'm a part of called the Back to Neutral Coalition, telling CEOs, get back to business. Stop trying to tell people how to think. Let the political arena sort that stuff out, and you focus on business.
Yeah, I think it's going to go away on its own, and I want to tell you why. The same thing that they're trying to do is going to happen and backfire right to them, because at the end of the day, the consumer is king. We can all choose, and we choose every day, and we vote with our dollars, either to buy a company's product or service or not. And we have that choice. If you don't agree with the company's policy, or you don't agree with the way a company's being run, or you don't believe with company's values, don't invest in it. No one's forcing you. No one has a gun to your head. I could choose 6,000 different companies to invest in. I don't choose companies that I feel go against my values. I don't want to pick a company, for example, that's a gambling organization. So what am I rooting for? More gamblers to increase shareholder value? That doesn't help society, and I just can't get behind that. But that's my choice, and I'm not going to put my choice on anyone else. If you want to invest in those companies, that's your choice. But at the end of the day, it's the consumer that makes the final say and has the final say and makes the vote.
Yeah, not only that, they have the final say in investing, but what happens when you are drinking Coca-Cola and then all of a sudden you feel that they've insulted you politically? It's not good business to insult half of America. It just doesn't make sense.
Well, that's a CEO's choice. That's the board's choice, right? So you could have a Ben and Jerry's say they're not selling into the West Bank and boycott Israel. They can do that, and consumers could stop using their product. I saw pictures back when Coke was being more woke. How in Atlanta, Georgia, the home of Coca-Cola, that there was a refrigerator section of Pepsi, which was totally empty, and Coke products were still sitting on the shelf. So at the end of the day, it all comes down to providing shareholders with value. If companies put barriers in front of that because to swim with the political tide or to be more popular among certain elements of society, they're going to have to pay a price. And keep in mind, one more thing, Evan, is that the marketplace will find a solution to that problem. You create new products, new services out of that kind of adversity. So I really caution CEOs to be extremely careful, because they could be planting the seeds of their own demise.
No, I think you're right. Free markets will solve the problem if the politicians will allow it. This is where I'm a little bit concerned, is you see the mandate that's coming down from the NASDAQ, with the SEC's blessing, no less, that every board has to be composed with, and I've got no problem with women on boards. They're actually being added to boards every day. They make up 30% of the corporate boards already. And minorities are, of the new candidates, 47% are minorities, and I think that's all good. And that's happened from the free market, because it does enhance companies' ability to understand their markets. But when they start to dictate or mandate and say, well, you have to have this number from this racial background or this number, I think they're interfering with the free market, and I think that's very dangerous.
Well, they're not really doing their shareholders any service, because members of the board of directors, they represent the shareholder. And as board of directors that I'd want to see are the most qualified. I don't care what their gender is, and I don't care the color of their skin, and I don't care about their religion. I care about one thing. Are they going to represent the shareholders' interests? And that's what should be the only deciding factor, not their gender and not their skin color. Do you want someone who is the preferred gender or the preferred skin color, yet has no experience in corporate matters or basically caring about shareholders? I wouldn't.